Those hard days, those hard times, those dark times, I was able to get through because I was here, like I was tunnel vision. I wasn't looking at what anyone else was doing. I didn't care what anyone else was doing. I didn't want to be like anyone else. Minus 4y squared equals 10. Right, now, yeah, I don't know why I said that.
Why are you speaking that?
I don't know, sometimes it just comes out. Shag in the water. Okay. Don't listen to what everyone is saying. Try and have a strategic plan of, okay, what's my steps? How am I going to achieve this? What I want for myself? Because at the end of the day, you're the one who's going to be doing it. No one else is going to be with you or riding with you, right? If you don't look at yourself and you put the blame on someone else or something else, you're never going to get anywhere in life. You're always going to find a way to bring up an excuse. That's just the reality of life. So you have to be mentally strong enough that when the going gets tough, you'll be able to get through this. Good morning, guys. Time is currently about 6:30, sun rising. Just thought I would share this. Quite good. I mean, when the sun rises like this, there are some really nice sceneries that you can just enjoy. And the birds as well chirping. Is that what they call it? Chirping. Very peaceful. Very, very peaceful. That's what I prefer, and I do like waking up early in the morning when it's very quiet and the world hasn't woken up yet. Okay, I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed because the footage that I recorded for this morning before class got all deleted. I deleted it by accident because I didn't have memory on my SD card. Talk about problems of vlogging. I guess this is something that I'm just gonna have to learn. So yeah, it's annoying because I had some good talks as well in that morning clips, but it is what it is. I'm just gonna have to learn from that and just keep moving forward. So just currently finished class. I started class today. The first class that I have, which is the mechanics class, started at 7:45, but I woke up at 5. I normally wake up at 5 on the weekends, on Saturdays. Sunday, just a bit later because I just got to prepare for other things. We had the mechanics class, and then we had the year 13 class, the A-level class, then the year 10s, year 11s. So yeah, quite a lot going on, but it was good. Felt a bit more tired today. I think I just didn't have enough energy. The thing about teaching, I don't know if people say this or not, but it's a lot of energy that you give out because I guess for me, I'm a bit on the extreme side in the sense that I don't even have breaks. I just go from one to the next. So like after I've taught the mechanics class, now my brain has to go back and say, okay, now we're on to the year 13. So I have to now, my mind has to shift, right? And then you shift back to GCSE. So it's something that, you get used to. But I thought I would just share quickly the setup of recording. So this is the setup essentially. So this is where I record the first chances clips. So if you don't know, you can see the clips for the class. This is where we record. I have it on this stand, and then we have one right at the back as well. So this takes this view, and then this one, the stand here, which is the camera that I'm holding, this would literally just be, I guess, here, right? Something like this here, and then that shows it up to there. So yeah, it's pretty simple, but then I hook this up with this audio recorder, which I put back in my bag, but I hook this up with the audio recorder here, and then that gets all linked here, and then we have, we get that all edited out as well. So I have to come earlier in class because I have to set this up, and obviously then once the class is finished, I have to remove it. So it's that process is not hard, it's just long, and sometimes I'm just like, oh gosh, I've got to make sure everything is right. So there's a lot of mistakes that can happen. Minus X. I'm gonna bring everything in the base. What? Stop it. Stop. Test.
I think your camera's broken.
That's an audio recorder.
That's an audio recorder.
That picks up my sound.
Why?
What would his videos be like with no sound?
How did you get less than him?
I know! So you know what photomath is?
Yes.
Yeah, he was using that.
I don't even have photo. Here, look. Photo.
Probably deleted it.
Nah.
Just uninstalled.
Just uninstalled.
Yes.
So that means you uninstalled it.
No, I just use it for your homework. Otherwise, no.
Oh!
Please show this as evidence, just in case if I get flashbacks, not flashbacks, pushbacks. Right, so currently Sunday, 8:10. I've got a class at 8:30, a mechanics class. So we'll get ready for that to start a long day of classes. Today's not looking that great. Quite raining and it's mild, but it's just cloudy and rain, which is the worst. I don't like it. I prefer when it's sunny, there's a light, makes you feel good, makes you, just lift up your spirits. But when it's days like this, well, I guess you're just gonna have to try and find a way of feeling good, I guess. So yeah, let's see where it goes. So what's happening now, because obviously we're getting nearer to the Easter holidays. I'm trying to prepare now more for the extra classes, the revision master classes for the year 11s, the A levels, and year 10. So essentially that's a 4.5 hour session that they will be coming, and I'll be teaching them, explaining exam questions step by step, how to answer exam questions. So they will come for 4.5 hours, 20-minute break between, and essentially it's to gain or give them the confidence that, you know, once they've done the session, they know where their strengths and weaknesses lie to an extent, but at the same time they are more confident in tackling exam questions. So when I do the revision masterclass, it's not just like the simple questions, it's more of the advanced questions, more of the problem solving questions, the questions that requires you to think. And most of the booklet that I do and I give is on those questions, and essentially I give them a bit of time to do, and then I go through every single one of them. So it's 4.5 hour session, and it's literally me explaining exam questions. So that I'm at the moment preparing for that. So I need to send out communications to the parents, letting the students know about it as well. And basically anyone can join if you're saying your GCSE exam or your A-level exam, you can join as well. But essentially that session is for to prepare you for the May-June exams if you're doing A-levels and GCSE. So April tends to be very hectic because there are extra classes I do. April always is, especially Easter holidays, because obviously it's exam season. So but look, it is what it is. It's part of the season. You know, I've been doing this now for some time, so I know what I'm getting myself into. But again, it's one of those seasons where you just have to be focused, sharp, and just keep going at it. So that's also being happening in the background to get that sorted out as well. And what else? So I don't know if you know from the last vlog, I had a bit of food poisoning, so trying to get my weight back a bit as well. I've lost weight, and to be fair, my body is one where I need to eat to be able to gain. Well, when I say I need to eat more than normal to gain weight, but because if I don't eat for such, even if I miss a meal or two, then my weight fluctuates a lot. So what do they call that? Ectomorph? I think it's an ectomorph. Ectomorph or mesomorph? You know, the one where you have high metabolism. I don't know. I guess you could search it up. So yeah, kind of lost a bit of weight. Need to get back into it. The gym as well. That has been affected. So gonna get back in the gym. Also, if people are interested, I'm not going like for the gym as well. It's more from just to maintain. I'm not really trying to build like huge muscles or anything. It's just not appealing to me. I was like that before, but it goes to a stage where it doesn't appeal to me. Like I want to be flexible, nimble, be able to move, athletic. To me, it's more useful and it has more utility than just being big. Like big, what the heck, man? You have these big people that can't even bend. Like they can't even bend because it's so big, and it's just not good for the body. But again, that's my opinion. I have different perspective on that, and we all go through different phases. So that as well, I'll start getting back into that as well, the gym. So I essentially kind of do a lot of weight sessions anyway, but then at the end I do cardio as well. So I do a lot of the treadmill running, high intensity cardio, because I just like it. Not for the fat burning as much. Well, fat burning as well, but more of the feeling it gives you. Like sometimes weight could be so boring, you know. I need something a bit intense, extreme. Used to play a lot of tennis as well until the weather just messed up, so I need to try and get back into that as well with my friend. And tennis is amazing, but fantastic. We'll play like for 4.5 hours, 3.5 to 4.5 hours. Like tennis, we'll play like 3-5 sets, very intense, burn about maybe 2.5 k calories. So really, really good. If you've never tried tennis, I definitely suggest you should try it and see. You don't even have to be advanced, just learn. And as you're learning, you enjoy the game more. But that's just for me anyway. So, right, it's getting to the time where I need to get into the class. So we'll talk to you then. Okay, let's go. People, come on. Last class. And then, ho, ho, ho.
Whoa!
Oh my god.
When's the class after, like, next class then?
The week after. I don't know, my maths is really bad. What would that be? Okay, Amari, let's go. Sorry, why turn? 90 degrees. Come on. What were you saying about him calling lads or something in a pub?
Excuse me?
What was that?
He sent a text in the group chat that said, I bet Sir goes out on a Friday night to the pub with their lads. and then he says, I bet he goes to people and says, you want some, let's have it.
No, I don't do that. Wrong key. So annoying when you need to get the key, but then you get the wrong key, especially when you're in a rush.
Home sweet home. Ah, that McDonald's. Listen, I'm not as, yeah, this is pancakes, okay? For those who are curious, I say, oh, look at you, you eat McDonald's. It's pancakes, okay? I don't eat this often, but because I have early mornings, let's see, just, what is it? Pancake and syrup. And then my dear hot chocolate. Finally, the machine's working. To be fair, banana. Okay, 2 bananas actually. Lucky here, 2 bananas. But essentially, to be fair, because Sundays I don't eat that much, the weekends I don't eat that much because I'm obviously running the classes. So essentially, I'm missing out on a lot of calories, food anyway. So these things like these little pancakes doesn't do much to me because also my metabolism is so high. It's nothing. But essentially, I try and eat eggs in the morning. So I normally do it. That's normally what I do. So like 2-3 scrambled eggs and eat that, and that gives me enough energy. And then just get like a hot chocolate. Moving away from coffee and latte. I've got to set this up now, and this will be the first class. So we've got mechanics, then we've got the other A level. So getting a lot of students now starting to join as well, because I think it's the exam season, so they're starting, so we're getting new students coming in, which is good. And yeah, man, like, listen, like, to me, I'm enjoying the aspect of teaching, right? I like it. I think it's an art. I think it's an art form. And I know a lot of people have this notion where, oh, education is bad, etc., etc. But listen, man, like, you have to also understand those people that say education is bad, they've done something that works for them, which is fine, respect, no problem. But that doesn't mean just because it works for them, it's going to work for everyone. And this is why you've got to look at what you want and look at what you want for your life, as opposed to looking at what everyone else is saying. So even with me, I say to the students, like, listen, I'm teaching you maths, right? But I'm not saying maths is important. I'm not saying that if you fail in maths or if you fail in education, your life is over. Absolutely not. But if you don't know what else you want to do, if you don't have any other plans to do, then what else are you going to be leaning back on? That's how I look at it. So just take it with a pinch of salt when people say about education. I know it's outdated. I get that. I hear that. And I would agree with that. But at the same time, you have to look at, okay, what's my other option? And if you're doing something on the side, as well as you're learning, whether even you're in university and you're doing something else, then listen, that's good. That's the best position you want to be in, because when the side thing that you're doing is working and it's starting to pick up, then look, you can make a decision, right? So, man, I love to rant sometimes. I know I love to talk as well. So that's just something else that I would just be aware of if I was you. Don't listen to what everyone is saying. Try and have a strategic plan of, okay, what's my steps? How am I going to achieve this? What I want for myself? Because at the end of the day, you're the one who's going to be doing it. No one else is going to be with you or riding with you, right? So you have to be mentally strong enough that when the going gets tough, you'll be able to get through this. So even with this, when I started this whole tutoring side of things, no one was helping me, man. I only had 2 friends, actually 3 friends, that were there by my side like a rock, but everyone else was against me. But it's because I wanted to do this. It's because I genuinely, in my heart, there was a desire, a will to make this work and wanting to make this big, that those hard days, those hard times, those dark times, I was able to get through because I was here, like I was tunnel vision. I wasn't looking at what anyone else was doing. I didn't care what anyone else was doing. I didn't want to be like anyone else. I said, this is what I want to do, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to make it work, even through the dark days, and there's going to be many dark days. So just bear that in mind when I say that. Do what you want. Obviously, don't be stupid and do obviously do something within a means, but just be careful who you listen to, yeah? Because these days as well, especially, there's a lot of noise. There's a lot of people's opinions. There's a lot of people that say, do this, do that, do this. And man, listen, like, I always believe that you can get the answers to the questions that you have if you're self-aware and you take a step back and you reflect, as opposed to try and seek answers. Look within yourself and the answers will come. Very, very simple. And I say very simple, but it's something where as you do more and more of it, you get better at it. A lot of the questions that I have, when I let it go for a couple of days and just let it marinate in my mind, the answers eventually come. I don't try and seek and force it. No, don't force it. It will come. So that's just another thing I would say. So yeah, gonna get ready and yeah, let's see how it goes. I eat a lot of salmon. I eat a lot of cod.
Salmon.
Yeah, why? Oh, not that it's salmon. Marty put me on the spot, is it? WHS Smith. Minus 4y squared equals 10. Right, now. Yeah, I don't know why I said that.
Why are you speaking like that?
I don't know, sometimes it just comes out. Shack in the water. Okay, anyone else going outside? Where are you going?
India.
Whereabouts in India?
He's everywhere in India.
You're everywhere. What does that mean?
Well, you got places there to stay or? Oh, touring.
So I went to Birmingham last week. I think I'm going to Coventry in a few weeks.
The weather should be great as well, right?
Yeah.
Right, so first portion of the morning done. Got a bit of a small break, so gonna eat a banana and then get ready for the next hour. So we did today, what did we do? Let me switch this to the other side. Vectors, and this is for the year 12 class. So we did vectors. Obviously, I had the mechanics class before that as well. So vectors is one of those things where, yeah, I don't know, it's a topic that a lot of people, you either get or you don't get because it's a lot of visualization, but it's really like, it's, in a way I look at vectors like a map. It's like where you're starting and where you're ending. And if you're able to understand the in-between, like the journey, that's what vectors is to an extent. But I do understand that it's one of those topic where, yeah, it's a bit difficult to understand and visualize. So yeah, got that done. I don't tend to like vectors as much compared to the other ones. Vectors, it's okay, but it's not as exciting. So we've got that done, and now we move on. I think one thing I've noticed for me anyway, personally, is that when I teach, I do like a group class compared to one-to-one. And, you know, everyone's different, but for me, the reason why is that when you're teaching in a group, a lot of people think that, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna have enough time to, or he's not gonna have enough time to explain to me, I'm gonna look stupid and dumb. And I always say, like, just come for one class and see, and you'll be surprised. See, for me, if I have a lot of students teaching, it's easy for me to be able to answer the questions very quickly, like within 5 seconds. What do you not understand? Okay, this is what you do. What do you not understand? This is what you do, and they get it. You build, there is an environment that you're building, because I personally feel that one-to-one is boring. But when you're in a group with other people, there's a bit of small competition, but at the same time, it's like it's a good environment to be in, and it's all about the environment, right? Like if the students are gelling with each other, you know, they joke on me, I joke on them, but I always wanted to create that, like that environment where you have different personalities, we interact, we joke, we mingle, we, you know, bond, but at the same time we get the work done. And I feel that's a lot more of a positive experience, and you'll enjoy the class more, and you enjoy maths more compared to one-to-one. So I've always, for me, preferred and enjoyed the group class, just because I like my mind when everyone has a lot of questions. I like that. It's, in a way, I don't know, this is gonna sound weird, it's addictive. I like it. I need that kind of stimulation where, okay, so I don't understand this, and my mind's just like, okay, do this, okay, oh, you didn't do this, do this. I like that. And it can work, it can definitely work, but I guess it depends on your appetite, how much you're willing to do. So yeah, that's something that I feel I'm always going to be doing, and still keep doing that, no matter what. And once people understand that and they can see that actually the benefit of doing it is a lot more enjoyable, I actually still understand it, and it feels like I'm part of a class, a family, people don't leave. Pretty much nearly all people, once they come to the class, they don't leave because they enjoy it. They really like it. Unless you have those 1 or 2 people that just literally just prefer one-to-ones and they don't like to be in an environment where there's other students. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't change that, right? Because if that's what they want to be in and they just want just that one-to-one attention, yeah, fair enough. But I feel that when you grow in life and you go into the world of work, you're not going to be working by yourself. You need to get used to working with people and being around people. So I personally feel that this is a great practice and experience for them to learn, so that when they do go into the world of work and into, you know, working with a team and everything, it's not going to be as awkward or as difficult because they've been surrounded by people and they feel okay. So I think that's also very important that a lot of people don't mention.
So,
What?
can you check the front of my photos? He's texting me.
Oh, James.
So my phone is clean.
It does look cleaner than his.
Half my hair just fell out. I put it in the bin.
I don't want your hair to fall out.
What happened? Okay, Chris, enough of looking at Aaron. I know you want to see his face and look at his face. It's costed there, and you guys can get some croissant and hot chocolate and stare at each other's eyes for some period of time if you need to. I don't judge. You can do whatever you want.